Hello, BookTube, and welcome back to your Daily Penguin. This is our tour through my Penguin Classic wall. I would ordinarily start the video with my little schnauzer cheek by cheek with me, but it's a little warm, and I asked, and Frida was not interested. She was not interested. She's sprawled and comfortable, so you're just going to have to imagine that part and keep your eyes on the prize. Hey. But today we're going through my penguins, and we're doing it just volume by volume. I'm not pulling things off and organizing them ahead of time. I'm not making a syllabus out of this at all. I am pulling things out and organizing them after the fact. And this tour of my penguins is immensely helpful for that. And today is a perfect example, because it was just a couple of months ago that I showed you two Penguin classics of this author and said, I don't think I have any other books by this author in any format, anywhere. And I do. I did, and I think I came across a bunch of them, and one of them is an actual double of something that we saw. The author is Greene, and the first one is a double of The Power and the Glory with an introduction by John Updike. The only difference between this and The Power and the Glory that I showed you 2 months ago was that the new version has a fancy dust jacket over it and a different cover, a different black and white photo for the cover. The volume is exactly the same. The introduction, the version is exactly the same of what is widely regarded as one of Greene's best books. I have that fancy new edition with the new cover, and it totally slipped my mind that I had this one as well. And that just goes to show that there could be more Graham Greene even than what we have here. What I have here are 4 more volumes of Graham Greene that turns out that I had all along without even remembering, which is a perfect demonstration of what good this Penguin tour will do. I'm doing this not only to talk about these books with you, but also to take control of this wall and streamline it. And I don't need 2 copies of The Power and the Glory, obviously. And I'm not sure that I need a whole lot of Graham Greene. Like this thing, for instance, A Gun for Sale. I'm sure it would be considered minor even by Graham Greene fans. Not sure 100% that I need it. The next one is The Comedians. This has an introduction by Paul Theroux. I think this is well regarded as a Greene novel, but as I mentioned in that video a couple of months ago, this author has never really done it for me. So even the Greene novels that are fairly well regarded, I know I've read biographies of him, including one that was enormous, and I've watched interviews with him. I know how these books were written, and it wasn't usually with a lot of toil and thought. So I'm not sure that I need to keep a copy of The Comedians by Graham Greene. I'm not sure that I do. The next one is kind of iconic, much like The Power and the Glory, so probably due for a reread. That would be my main worry about Graham Greene, about getting rid of any Graham Greene, would be, what if you reach a point where you want to reread everything? But there are plenty of avenues around that. This is Our Man in Havana, with an introduction by Christopher Hitchens that, if I remember correctly, I enjoyed more than I did the book. But this is a volume that I would probably keep, this and The Power and the Glory, although only 1 copy of each. And then this last one I would probably keep as well, although it's been a while since I read any of these in great succession, so I'm not 100% sure. This is the complete short stories of Graham Greene, known for his novels, but wrote short stories his whole career. And I've read quite a few of them. In fact, I think I read my way through this book. It didn't look like this, but through this book at one point or other. In fact, I know I did. Back a long time ago, Penguin had yellow spine or orange spine mass market paperbacks of all of Graham Greene, including multiple volumes that comprised the complete short story. I think there was 4 volumes in that, and I read them all. Over the course of a summer, I read them all. And none of them stuck out for me. None of them still do. So maybe I should do that again. Maybe I should go at this volume again. But one way or another, when I come across a vein like this, it makes me think in just the way that this Daily Penguin, one great side effect of this Daily Penguin is, which is, it makes me think, do I really need to have these things? Do I really want many volumes of an author who I don't particularly like and under not much obligation to ever revisit? Surely I should keep one volume, one copy of The Power and the Glory. Surely I should keep Our Man in Havana and maybe the short stories and nothing else. Surely that is true. So I don't know. It goes on the hopper along with all the other questions that this Daily Penguin is raising, because I want this wall to be perfect. I want it to be perfect, and it's not right now. There are authors. The same author will show up in many different places, and also a lot of those shelves that you see are double stacked. So that front row of black spine penguins with the white banner, if you pull all that whole front row, there's another row right behind it. I don't really want that to be true either. So ideally, in addition to organizing that bookcase, I would also want to drastically decrease how many books are on there. Or if I get to the point where I think, well, it's as controlled as it's going to get, and you've still got lots of double stacking, then maybe I should expand the penguins to other bookcases and get books that aren't penguins out of here. Because the penguins are the books that I go back to most often. We shall see. One way or another, today your Daily Penguin is Graham Greene. Another great swack of Graham Greene. And who knows, I'm hoping that doesn't happen again. I'm hoping that there isn't more Graham Greene here. But it was only a couple of months ago that I was swearing that I didn't have any more. So I'm hardly going to swear that now. So that's your Daily Penguin for today. If you're curious about Graham Greene, I would suggest not a short story. I would suggest a short novel, Our Man in Havana. It's a fine place to start, and if you like what's going on, then you can move on. But I never have, not enough. These Greenes have come to me just in the course of things. But now I will take these and I will find those others. I believe they were both Penguin Classic Deluxe editions. So I'll find them and put all the Graham Greene together, and that will help me when the time comes. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this up for now and go back to bed. But I will see you soon. Thank you, BookTube.